Welcome everybody to my first quilt-along. It's always so exciting to start a new quilt, but it's even more exciting when I know there are quilters around the world that are going to join me. We are making the 9-patch Scrappy Stars quilt. It is a pattern on Etsy by Layla Gardunia, and I'm very excited that quite a few of you have mentioned to me that you would love to make this quilt alongside me. So this is the first video where we're going to collect all the fabrics. So I've gone ahead and raided my own stash. So I'm going to show you what I've found so far. But I have a feeling I don't really have enough scraps. So we're also going to take a walk to Mum's studio and raid her stash because she lets me. She's in France at the moment, but I do have a key to her house. So let's go and find some fabrics, work out if I have enough, and let's get started with this quilt. I'm so excited. We're going to use the hashtag #QuiltAlongWithRachel. You can use that on Instagram, and then I can have a look at all your quilts and what you're making and comment to you. So let's get started. So here is the pattern, 9-patch Scrappy Stars. It says it's for beginners and that it comes in 7 sizes. I will be making this for my niece. She is 4 years old, so it will be for a single bed. And so that means that there's actually 5 stars across for that size and 7 stars down. So there's the twin there. So 5 across, 7 down. That's what I will be doing. My little niece loves the rainbow, and she's very particular about the rainbow and the order of the colours. So I've been under strict instructions by my sister to get the rainbow colours right. So we've got reds first. So these are the reds I found. There's a combination of batiks and hand-dyed fabric and then patterns as well. I love that. Isn't that gorgeous? So reds, I have some reds, then orange. So orange, it's a bit yellowy, that one. Orange, some batiks, and then I have some oranges that are more pinks or peachy, so I'm not sure if they would work. So we'll see what Mum has. She might have something better. Then we have yellow. Look, this is a hand-dyed fabric. Look how bright that is. Outrageous. So yellows, I obviously didn't have a lot of yellows. That's a lot of orange on that as well. So again, we'll have a look at what Mum has. Green. These are all hand-dyed fabrics. Didn't have a lot of green. It's not a colour I go for. Blues. I've just finished a blue scrappy quilt, so I've already got some pre-cut squares. I need to check that the squares are the same size in the pattern. And I've got some other blues here. Gorgeous. Indigo colour, which is sort of a dark navy into black. So I've got a few there. And then violet. So different purples here. Isn't that a stunning fabric? I love that. And that's a hand-dyed, isn't that gorgeous? So it's a little bit pink, but it is a purple. Or violet. So that is the colour scheme. I'm thinking of doing mine with the 5 across that are red, 5 across that are orange, 5 yellow, 5 green, 5 blue, 5 indigo, 5 violet. That is the plan. And I will do a white backgrounds. It can be scrappy. I've got some different whites here. White with the silver, white with a pink, white on white there. And the white little stars. This one is slightly creamy and with a white flower on it, but I think that will work well. I want to find out how big these 9 patches are. Yeah, 2.5 inch strips. You can make them in strips and then cut them, but that's good to know that they're 2.5, which means they're cut into 2.5, which means my blue stars from my previous quilt are already 2.5 inches. So these will work for that. Okay, let's go for a walk. We live near the Brisbane River, so I can walk along the river to Mum's house. It is a glorious day. I've been in charge of watering Mum and Dad's plants. So Mum, Dad, there's proof. I've kept them alive. So all our fabric is kept in tubs under here. Green would be good. Green, blue, pink, blue. I've got enough blue, I think. So here's some really bright greens. That'd be kind of cute. Is for I want it bright. It's for a 4-year-old girl. So maybe not all of them though, but what about the spots? Maybe that one would be cute. Red, I need red, proper red. So these would be good. So I've got maybe that red without the black. A bag of Liberty. I don't think I'll be touching that. I'd get in trouble. You know how it is. Oh, here's some more of that white. White on white. I might grab that. White, black. Black, blue. Would that count as indigo? Do you think? Maybe. I might grab that one. And the blue stars. So black, green. That's a motor. Green. I think I'll grab that. But I won't grab orange. Orange. I'll see if that looks good with the oranges. I'm going to take some home, but not necessarily use them if I don't think they match. There are a lot of silks here that I recognised when we went for a shop at a lady's house who was selling fabrics. There was a video on that. Ooh. This is chips, like crisps. Potato chips. Is that yellow enough? Is that yellow enough? Maybe. I'll see if it works. Oh, I love this fabric. What's it called? Wild Wood by Elizabeth Oliver. I think that's a gorgeous fabric. And indigo. Is that what you call indigo? Yellow. Yellow. And yellow. Might grab all that. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Need those. I've got enough blue. That's really bright though, isn't it? Whoa. Could be cute. Isn't this fun going through fabric? Love it. Got the blues. Green. I think I need some green. Green. That's a batik that she bought in Alaska, I believe. Green. Is that a K facet? I think so. This is a lovely bright green. It's called Sunday in the Park collection by Auntie Nan. So that'll be nice for the green. I'll take home those whites. I'll need all the whites I can get, I think. So that'll be good. I found quite a lot of greens, probably like obviously too much. I only need to make 5 stars, you guys. And so I probably need to make a decision about how bright. That's too dark and that's too olivey. and maybe that one as well I won't use because I want to make it nice and bright for a little girl. So I like all those. I don't mind those. Maybe this one, maybe not the gingham, because then I've got these two that are very bright. I do kind of like that because that bright yellow that I'm going to use will kick off against those. I'm not quite sure about the oranges. I'll need to compare them to the ones I have at home. These are quite peachy. This one I was thinking red, but I guess it's orange really, and it looks orange when I compare it to these reds I found. So these are really bright reds, and then a blue, more of a red, a yellow red, and then a blue red. This one, and a plain red, and this, which doesn't look ultra red next to those reds, does it? But it might be nice for just one little square as variety. Anyway, I'll take it home and we can see at home what I choose to use. So red, green, orange. Here's some yellows I found. These are cute, aren't they? I think that will be gorgeous, and this one will be gorgeous. Yellow and yellow, yellow. That's all going to look great. May or may not use the chips. How cute is that though? So we'll take it home. I think I probably will use it. So I've got yellows. I thought this might be purple, but it kind of also looks like it's blue. Not sure about that. I want to compare it to the purples I have at home, and some indigo, which is basically I've got two navy and two that are like a blacky grey colour. I think they will work. So that is what I found and that I'll take home, if that's okay with you, Mum. Lovely. Good job. So I'm back home. I've put my stash and Mum's stash together, and I've made final decisions about what to pop in each colorway. With the oranges, I decided to take out these ones. They were a little too pink, I thought, for my liking. But I have some lovely oranges there. The yellow, I've gone ahead and ironed the yellow because those are the ones that I will use to show you how to make the 9-patch star. The greens, blues, indigo, the beautiful sailor anchors and stars, and those two that I got off Mum work well. And the purple, I think I need to buy myself another purple because I don't think I have enough. So that's fun. I'll get to buy some more fabric. But the rest is all from my stash. I've got plenty of white. I think I'll have enough. Ooh, yeah, I think I will have enough. Okay, let's get sewing. There is a video on my channel already about how to make a 9-patch, how to sew a 9-patch out of 2.5-inch squares, such as these. And that is one way you can make your 9-patch for this quilt. However, Layla in the pattern advises making 2.5-inch strips and sewing those together first, 3 of those, and cutting them to make our 9-patch. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So I've already gone ahead and cut a few of the strips, and I'll show you how I did that. So here is another yellow. First, we want to straighten up an edge. So like that. Flip that around. So with my ruler, I've got 1, 2.5. It'll go to this little black stripy line, dotted line. So I just hold that in place firmly, push down, and that is my strip. Okay. Cut some of this bright yellow. This is a hand-dyed fabric, as I said earlier.
one of those. So we'll be sewing 3 strips together and then cutting them into 3 lots of 2.5-inch strips. So technically I need 7.5 inches worth of length. I'm going to do 8 inches just to be sure. So I'm actually going to trim these to the 8 inches so that I can use the additional fabric on these as the 2.5-inch squares for my snowballs. So I'm just trying to work out how to do this with the limited room that I've given myself. About 8 inches. Yes, we really need them really quite short. I'll be able to use this fabric for snowballs. So I'll go ahead and do that for all these fabrics. So I simply just choose 3 that are going to go together. Such as this. Okay, right sides together. And 1/4-inch seam. Usually start with a little bit of fabric under my machine just to get it going. I'm stitching with a 2.6 length. Oh, what I could do if I was clever is do 2 at the same time, but oh well. Okay, where are my snips? Open that up. Right sides together on this one. That lovely one, and maybe this gingham. Does that look good? Yep. Let's make 2 at a time. So I've got that one going, and then this one, I need this beautiful one. Oh, and this one too, I love this. Under here, yes. And this one in the middle. Yep, what will that leave me with? Yellow chips and gingham. Will that work? They're all very this. Let's swap out this one just to add some brightness to this set. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to try and make 3 in a row. Let's see if I can do that. So going on to the next one, right sides together. And so one here, and I'm going to join this yellow to it. One here, and I'm going to join this to it. And then this one, which now I don't want the same colors and the same, so that's in the middle. I don't have a bright in the middle. I'm going to turn that one around, add the gingham to the end here. All right, so let's sew those on. Technically I'll need 5 of those, won't I? Because they'll get cut into 3, then maneuvered in other ways. So I've only got 1 more strip, so I need to cut 2 more of these strips, so I have 5. Yes, that will work, and that will be my 5 stars once they're... All right, let me do that, and then I'll iron these. We'll get back together when we cut those up. So I've ironed these. Now I have 5 of each of these, so I need to cut them into 2.5-inch strips. So again, I will make a nice level line first. I'm going to line up one of my seams along a line on my ruler to make sure that's nice and straight. I have a little wiggle room, so to speak, because remember I made them 8 inches and I'm only going to need 7.5. So that's a half, 1, 2. One, 2. If you're wondering, I ironed towards the center block. Okay, I'm glad I did them 8-inch because I didn't feel like I was squeezing when I cut those. Okay, I'll cut the rest of those. Once you've cut them all up, it's time to have fun and rearrange them. So just sort of lay them all out. We need to have 5 lots put together. See that would not go together well, but maybe like that. But we do have some bright ones that we want to disperse evenly. So that might be one. Oh no, let's get this colour in. Chips. 1, 2. Three. 4, and there's one over here that you can't see. That's okay. Okay, I've just done 2 in a row to show you that you can chain piece them. So I have 2 done. Yep. And the trick is, though, to remember which ones you've done. Okay. And then I sewed this down here and this down. That will be 2, and I can do the same. Could do the same thing for all 5 if I wanted to. So I could pin these, and if you're a beginner, you could pin them or clip them. But basically, I just look down between them 2 and see where does it need to sit. I can just hold that with my finger, press down on it against the bottom of the machine just to hold that in place, and then start stitching this one. And basically, I'm holding it until it gets into the... Then I worry about the next seam. So now I could look at this one. Again, I'm peering down here to see, is that lined up? Seam on seam. It is. I hold it until it gets in underneath the foot. Then I can line up down my end, put a little finger there as well. So that is how I get these. That's lined up perfectly. And that one is lined up perfectly. Do you see that? Hopefully that's in the camera. So let me finish off all these blocks. Woohoo! These look great. And how quick, it really was quick to make 5 of that color. So I just need to make 5 of 7 different colors. So this 9 patch won't be a very long process. My 9 patch are now all complete and they're also ironed. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks done. Don't they look great? And that shows you that with your stash, you can have, contemporary fabrics, these chips, traditional fabrics, your gingham and these little flowers, hand-dyed fabrics, all together, and looks great. Happy with those. So now, between this video and the next one, I will finish doing the 9 patch of all my colors, okay? So if you are following along, that's what you should be aiming to do as well. Pick out your fabrics and get going on your 9 patch. You can do them in the strip method as I showed you just now, or individual squares. So I think what the advantage is doing them with the strip is it was much quicker to get 5 done. The advantage of doing individual squares, I believe, is that you can be more picky about the order of where they sit. With these ones, we do have, so we have chips and chips diagonal from each other. And this one here, flowers, flowers. That wouldn't happen if I had more variety of fabric though. So it depends if you have lots of stash and you want to do just one strip of each, you won't get any repetition. It will be fine doing it that way. But if you have not as much and you want to be more picky, you can do the individual squares. Like I said, there is a video I've already made that shows you how to do that. So I'll link that below. Don't forget to use the hashtag Quilt-along with Rachel. My name has an A in it, A-E-L, on Instagram. And then I'll be able to look at what all your fabric choices are and how your 9 patch are going. That would be really awesome. I'm going to make these videos every 2 weeks because I do work for full time and I've got to make the quilt as I film. So that's as fast as I can go. So I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Next video, we'll do the snowballs and then also piece the whole quilt together. You'll need the pattern and that is in the link below from the store Layla Gardunia on Etsy. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy your quilting and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.